Welcome to non-dominant hand drawing day 2. So you guys, I am so sorry, but I accidentally went live at, hey, I'm waving at you, M. Vandam. Thank you for joining. So I accidentally went live on my Shop Kathy Weller account, doing non-dominant hand drawing at 1 p.m. I've been, telling everybody 1 p.m. and it's now 1:35 and I'm doing it again here because why the hell not, right? So here I am. Hey, Jean. So I accidentally went live on my other Instagram account, Shop Kathy Weller, at 1 o'clock, which was actually a really good warm up for now. So I guess I'm doing it again. And today we're going to do 15 minutes of analog. I'm going to run a little bit over time because I got here late. And I greatly apologize for coming on. Thank you so much. And Vandam, I really appreciate it. Oh, Jane, you're back. I love you, Jane. You guys, Jane was here for me. She was here for me over there. And we had a really nice time. And I drew a lot of pictures. So today we're going to do milkshakes and moths. That's the themes we're going to do. I put out a call for your help on what theme to do today. And milkshakes and moths both got the highest votes. Hey, Jean! And so that's what we're doing. So I thought I would do one of them on analog, which is paper and pen, and then the other one on my trusty iPad with Procreate, and like I did yesterday. And I really like that format. So that's what we're doing. So back over, spoiler. So on the other one, sorry, on the last live that I did, which was 45 minutes ago, I did milkshakes analog and I did moths on the Procreate. So let's flip it this time. And I actually have a warm up. Sorry, you're getting all my mouth noises. That is because my mouth is right near my phone speaker. So I'm just going to pop through some of the drawings that I did yesterday after my first live non-dominant hand drawing. So just because it's fun, and it's fun to see like progress and all that stuff. Like, am I going to add a lot of detail? Yes, I am, even though it's not, perfect. And I love these little guys, these little mushroom houses. And then we did like a little apple mushroom, and then this guy, some more mushrooms. I'm just really on this mushroom thing. I don't know why. It's just fun to draw. It's like my comfort thing right now. I drew these weird birds coming at you. And then one of the options was dragon, and Bridget, my dear Bridget, who is so awesome, said dragon, and nobody else did. So I drew her own dragon. So Bridget, this dragon is for you. All right. And let's look at, I did a little bird. This one I looked at Google for reference because I'm just not like altogether great at like bird heads and beaks and this and that. So a little reference helps me. I like reference. So today I drew moths, and I drew these moths, and I drew these moths, and I'm going to do more moths. And I'm going to show you, I printed out some pictures of moths and some pictures of milkshakes. So here's the moths that I printed out from Dr. Google. And then I printed out some milkshakes too. And these are from a place called The Yard, which is in Alabama, Gulf Shores, Alabama. So I thought these milkshakes looked really fun, and they're in mason jars, and they're cool and funky. Is funky like an old word? Do I sound like an old lady using the word funky? Anyway, so yeah, so let's do this. Goodbye, iPad. We're going to put you away for 15. And let's do some moth drawing. I like to draw moths analog too, because I have some, let's just say I have experience drawing moths in my sketchbook. So that's good. So I like moths because, what did I do with my pen? Oh, this is not a good time to lose your pen. Hold on a second. Let's use, okay, we're gonna use this pen instead. This is like a brush pen and it's thinner and it's new. I mean, it's new for me. It's a Pigma MB Sakura Japan. And this is, the line is nice. It's fun to use. It's not double tipped though, so you gotta like this tip or not use it. So, all right. Hey, Amy Miller. Okay, guys, guess what? I finally discovered. Oh shoot, hold on. I'm gonna turn this down. Oh, you know what? All right. I apologize for all the stops and starts here. That's because, yeah, I had some technical difficulties. I kept looking and trying to see, like, hey, I wonder why the live is not showing up on my phone. And you know why? It's because I was on Shop Kathy Weller instead of Kathy Weller Art. So, account. That's why. So, yeah, this is really like blind drawing kind of feeling because I'm a lefty. But, you know, I think the urge to draw and the need for me to draw was just more than knowing that I'm not a righty, and that's fine. But I fell on the 4th of January while I was taking a walk, and I banged up my face pretty good, and I may have fractured my hand. I'm not sure yet. We're gonna find out on Thursday. Thursday I'm gonna go to the doctor, and to the hand doctor. And yeah, so we're gonna find out what's going on with the hand. And yeah, so about 2 days or 3 days after I was actually like feeling semi-normal again. Well, I feel pretty normal now, but actually it took me a few days. I had some, I think I had some like, you know, it was very scary. It was very scary, but I'm not going to dwell on that. And everything is awesome because I didn't break any teeth. I actually didn't break my nose, which is kind of shocking. Hey, Katerina. I'm seeing like your comments delayed because I actually just turned this on here. And it's just showing me like 5 minutes ago stuff. So I'm actually gonna turn that off. Not because I don't want to talk to you guys, I totally do, but it's distracting, and you know, I want you guys to have a good time, and for me to not keep looking at other stuff while I'm working. Yeah, so I fell a few days ago. It was traumatic. I went to the emergency room. It was scary. I thought I broke my face. I literally thought I broke my face when my head hit that pavement. I should not dwell on this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna wrap this up in terms of talking about my face. But yeah, it was very scary, but it turned out to be good. I mean, not good. It didn't turn out to be good. It turned out to be okay because I had a really nice doctor who was very good. My doctors were thorough. They did a head CT scan. They did a bunch of x-rays in my wrist, and I'm seeing a hand doctor on Thursday, and I'm seeing all kinds of doctors. I have a great dentist. I mean, I'm very lucky to have a good team. I might need a root canal. That's basically the gist of it. Okay, so I did a lot of talking on the other live stream I just did on Shop Kathy Weller, so all of my little talking points I did on there, and now I'm like, where are my talking points? Okay, so one of the things I discussed over there was that I actually don't watch that much TV, but I did watch the Dexter finale last night. I've been watching it all season, and I was really impressed and happy that they ended it that way. I don't know if anybody else watches Dexter, but I'm just gonna turn on my, maybe 5 minutes from now, I'll see if anybody else watches Dexter. But yeah, I thought they did a great job. I think that they ended the season horribly before, and I was really happy to see that they ended it that way. I really did. I thought it was really good. And I'm watching Yellow Jackets. I don't know if anybody else is, but that's a really good show. I won't go into the details. It's kind of slightly lost-ish, but not. So I'll leave it at that. It's about a bunch of teenage soccer player girls who get in a plane crash and end up living on a deserted island for 1.5 years, and then they come back into society, and then you see them as adults, and there's all these unanswered questions, and there's all these mysterious things, and Juliette Lewis is like shredding this, what do they say? Cutting the curtains or something? I don't know. She's like awesome in it. She's totally over the top and great. And Christina Ricci is totally amazing in it. And Melanie Linsky is totally amazing in it. It's really good. And I also just started watching, I should say. I binged, and I have like 2 episodes left of 10 episodes. Clickbait. Hacks. Oh my God, Jane. Hacks. Everybody, go watch Hacks. Oh my God, I love it. I love Hacks. Hacks is amazing. It is amazing. Yeah. So, Hacks is also really good. Jane Smart. It's so funny because the other day I drew this picture. The first day I was drawing with my right hand, I drew Delta Burke from I drew this picture of Delta Burke from a little thumbnail that I saw on YouTube from a 1990 interview with Barbara Walters. And then I started watching some Designing Women because I actually used to watch that show when it first came out. So, let me finish the story that I started yesterday about my iPhone. So the reason I have 2 iPhones is not because I'm like, hey, I make videos, I want 2 iPhones. That's not why I have 2 iPhones. I'm way too practical for that. But if I happen to have 2 iPhones, I'm keeping the second iPhone so I can, increase my ability to make videos. So that's basically what happens. So on my second hip operation, 2 days before it happened, my iPhone died. I didn't know what happened. I don't even know if I dropped it or what, but it just didn't work anymore. So I had to literally, I was going into surgery for a hip replacement, which is yeah. So that's you don't want to not have your phone in the middle of COVID, because that was July 24th, 2020. So I went out and bought an iPhone, a new iPhone. I paid for it out of pocket. I didn't do the plan, right? I'm leasing the one that I have now because, because then you could just trade it in for the new model or whatever. But that's the new one that I bought. But sorry, I'm confusing myself as well as you. But, so one of them I bought. One of them, what is this? Can somebody tell me what this is? Because I don't know what this is. Yeah. So I have 2 iPhones. Is the long and the short of it is let's draw a Saturn, because why not? Yeah. So the long and the short of it is I have 2 iPhones, and quite honestly, I had them for a long time before I really started taking advantage of them. So I started making YouTube videos. Let's switch to the iPad now, okay? Let's switch to the iPad, and then I'm going to continue to talk. I started making YouTube videos. If you look at my YouTube, it'll say joined in 2008 or something. Yeah, no. I did do some videos. They were pretty much private, and they were just for my licensing And I also did some pet portrait. Anyway, I don't want to go into that's neither here nor there. I didn't really start making YouTube videos like regularly until 2017. And I had a point. I totally had a point that I was going to say, and I'm going to remember it in 5 minutes. Oh, my point is, when I started doing YouTube videos, I had the fancy camera, I had the fancy this, I had the fancy that. And I was doing a lot of talking head stuff, okay? And I still do that. But the thing is, like, I can't be bothered. Like, having all that equipment was keeping me from making videos because it was just so much to set up every time. And now I just do it with my iPhone because, like, it's so much easier. And really, who cares? You know, the stuff that gets done is the stuff that gets done. If your stuff is going to keep you from producing what you need to produce, get something easier. Just do what works. And iPhones are awesome, right? The camera's great. Okay, so let's go back to this. I made some rules for myself for these analog and Procreate non-dominant hand drawings. My rules are, and I'm bringing this out now because, again, this live, accidentally, I did a live on my Shop Kathy Weller account. If you want to go and watch that one later, that one was at 1 p.m. actually. This one, Jane was kind enough to tell me, Kathy, yeah, you're on Shop Kathy Weller, not Kathy Weller Art. So I went live on Shop Kathy Weller accidentally instead of my Kathy Weller Art account. So I thought I would just come over here and do another one. So I'm a little bit like, you know, I'm a little here and there. I already talked about a lot of stuff. I'm talking about it twice. That's okay. Anyway, rules. Let's get to the rules. So I set up some rules for myself, black and white only for both. Because really what I'm concentrating on is the eye-hand coordination, the hand, like getting my hand used to moving in different directions and not feeling so weird. And there's no undo. This is the next 3 are for Procreate. No undo allowed, except due to the brush size, because I'm still using my hand. No Procreate line circle straightening. You know how if you hold it and then it just like magically becomes straight or whatever? None of that. Eraser tool is allowed because I still have to control it with my hand, and I used my eraser to draw a lot. So we are gonna do that. So I'm gonna turn off some lights here because my iPad is good. I don't want the reflection on it, even though I have one of those things on it, one of those coverings. But all right, so now we're going to draw some milkshakes. And no, I'm not going to do it with my left hand, even though how much I would like to, but I'm not going to. And you know what? I don't care if I'm wearing a splint. It's like, I'm wearing a splint, but I'm not going to like try and game the splint, you know, because we're talking about my bones in my hand. I'm not going to try and use my hand, you know, around the splint. I'm just trying not to use my hand, period, because it's just too important. You know what I mean? It's just not, I'm not messing around with my hand. I do not want to have any issues. I do not want to have any broken bones, although I might. I don't think I have a sprain, and it's kind of like, do you have a sprain? If you don't have a sprain, you probably have a fracture. And so that's very possible, but you know, we're gonna see on Thursday when I go to the doctor. And so what I'm drawing here is, I'm drawing a milkshake based on these milkshakes from this milkshake place called The Yard. They were actually on Shark Tank. I just printed out some of their fun looking milkshakes, and I am drawing some of these. So I think because I already drew some of their milkshakes in my last live, like half an hour ago. Let me show you those. I drew these, so I'm already sort of a little bit warmed up as to like what I'm doing, where I'm going with this on the iPad. So just make sure that everything's good there. Okay. So yeah. So I'm going to do some negative drawing too, because I love to draw with my eraser. So, but first I'm just going to draw the jar. So 155. So honestly, I've been keeping very good track usually of, oh God, no undo. I've been keeping very good track of my time on these. Usually I have not been setting timers or anything, but I've been pretty good about it. However, this live, the one I'm doing right now, is a little bit like loosey-goosey because I did do it after I did another live on my other Instagram account, and that was kind of like a little mistake. So I'm a little, I came in here a little bit discombobulated is what I'm trying to say. Oh, no undo. Okay, but I can use my eraser tool, so I'm going to do that instead. So what I was just trying to do there was I was trying to do some reflection in the glass, but instead what I'm going to do is increase my brush size and draw around the glass. See if I don't make a gigantic mess here. But you know what? If I do, who cares, right? It doesn't matter. It's all money in the bank, as they say, because I'm just like getting better. I'm just getting better at this, and that's all that this is about. So after I had my fall, and if you want to read more about my fall at all, you can just go on one of my green squares on my Instagram posts. The second picture in the second green square shows a picture of my face. My face right now is looking actually a lot better. Like my bruises are purple, a lot of yellow, and then my nose is pretty much good. The gigantic scab is not on my nose anymore, so that's good. And I just got totally sidetracked. Oh, what I was saying was that what I've discovered just like in the past few days, really probably in the past 3 days, is just the more I try and use my right hand for everything, like just for menial tasks, for everything, the better everything gets. Like I'm just having every day, like opening a cap by myself, you know, washing a dish, washing my hand, like doing stuff one-handed. I'm sort of learning how to do it, you know? And because honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm going to have my hand. Like, I have to get back to my life. And it is very moderately, if not likely, possible, right? That I could be in a cast or a splint for weeks, months. I don't know, because I did do a little Googling yesterday on my condition, and I'm not going to go into detail because we don't need to go there, but you know, it could potentially be something that could take months to heal, and there is complications that could arise because the bones that we're talking about are like specific little bones that sometimes don't show up broken on x-rays, and there's all these little complications that can happen, and it's just not happy, not a good thing. So basically I'm just trying to not use my left hand, period. Right? Left hand off the table. Let's do a dot here to show that this is a straw. And then maybe I'll make my brush a little smaller and should I do some lines? Little lines. So yeah, that's the scoop with that. Yeah, so I was just like, let me just start using my hand. Let me just start using it. and, you know, get off the sorry train. Not that I was on the sorry train, I really wasn't, but I think I was just kind of traumatized by my fall. And I just had to get my bearings. And then I'm like, okay, I'm me again. Let's get back to life again here, you know? Let's like do stuff, reopen my shop, you know, taking charge. Oh, the confidence level that's starting to use my right hand has given me is huge. You know, I don't ever feel like I'm not like a victim-y kind of person, but you know, when you have a fall like that, you get scared. Like the first thing I had to do was figure out, how did I fall? How did it happen? Like, why did it happen? And honestly, like for the day or so after I did my fall, I was like, should I be afraid to walk? Like, what's going on with me? How did this happen? Because it was a big fall, you know? And I remembered how it happened, and Matt helped me, my husband, because he went back to the scene of the crime, which it wasn't even a crime. It wasn't a crime. I fell. I basically picked up my pace on the sidewalk. I picked up my pace when I saw a dog and his owner coming on the same street as me. They were turning the corner. I picked up the pace. I got all jaunty and started feeling all carefree and like hoppy. And I decided to do a little hop diagonally off the sidewalk and cross the street. And I landed on my face. And that's what happened. And I don't usually do like... I usually have a very low footfall. So that's what happened. It was just like a freak accident of epic proportion, but I'm okay. Haven't lost any teeth. And I might need a root canal. We'll see. I did not break my nose according to the scan. And I may have. I really don't know. And the doctors are like, you may have broken your nose, but it's not showing up as broken. So that's good. This is allowed, the drag and drop. I'm going to do... thank you, Baker. Yeah, I'm doing good. My confidence is good. And my nose... Can I just be really gross for a second, you guys? And I apologize, but I gotta keep it real. So I had a big gross scab on my nose, and my big gross scab on my nose came off, and my nose is all fresh and new. So my nose is good. I don't have... Okay, these are supposed to be highlights, and they don't look like highlights. They look like a hand. It looks like a hand doing that. All right, this is like the fun, weird stuff that happens when you draw with your non-dominant hand. So, yeah. So my nose looks good, and the swelling has gone way down. I'm feeling good, Hoytka. Thank you so much. I'm feeling good, and importantly, I'm feeling confident. And I think that doing the right hand drawing has really, really helped me to feel confident, because I was just saying a minute ago, and I'll say it again, it's increased my confidence to do other tasks, you know, like doing a dish or opening a jar. I can open a jar myself. I take the cap of the pen off myself, you know, like, I know these sound like tiny things, but you know, if you are incapacitated, then it's like, wow, this is awesome. I can button my shirt myself. I can, you know, do this and that myself. Oh, another thing that has increased my confidence is, you guys, I've been through like two hip replacements. You know what I mean? In the space of like 2.5 years. So 2.5 years ago, I found out that I have congenital hip dysplasia. And I had like this mystery pain for like my entire adult life. And it was just like awful. I won't go into that, but it took until I was 50 years old, okay, before I got a diagnosis of hip dysplasia. And I went in, and he's like, you have hip dysplasia and you need to have both of your hips replaced. And I was like, let's do this. I am ready now. Like, are you ready tomorrow? And then this amazing guy, this amazing doctor that had the foresight and the instinct to just do the x-ray. And you guys, all it takes is an x-ray. Can you believe I went through my life without knowing this? People do, though. It really, I mean, you start digging into stories, it's kind of amazing. But yeah, so I had my first surgery November 22, I think, in 2019, and my second one, July 24th, 2020, and yeah, and now I have, I'm bionic, which is so cool. I'm so happy. And if I got through that, honestly, when you have rough things that you go through like that, you just have them to lean on when something else happens. It's just like, if I got through that, like, I'll get through this, you know? I will get through this. And also, I had, in my late 20s, which is like 25 years ago, I had a overuse issue in my wrist, and I went through not using my hand for like weeks. Not using my left hand, I'm sorry. Not using my left hand for weeks and having to use my right hand for things. And I think that helped me this time too, to actually start using my right hand for things this time. So, you know, will I keep it up? I mean, I guess it depends on how long my hand is incapacitated, you know, we'll see. But it is a really good brain exercise, and it is a really good example of like, yeah, I don't have the motor skill and dexterity here, but it's all your brain, you know? Your hand has a little brain because you have motor memory and all that special stuff. But, you know, brain is an amazing thing. So let's put a straw in, and then we're going to end this because we are good. Let's do another little straw hole here. All right. We are good. It's 2:07 and we're just about at 30 minutes. And you guys, thank you so much for coming today. I'm really grateful that you're coming. I mean, honestly, I would be here if no one was here, and I would just be sitting here drawing by myself, and then there'd be a live if somebody wanted to watch it. But it means so much to me that you're here and that you hung out with me, and I'm sorry if I missed any messages. I'm gonna like go back and read. Let's see really quickly if anybody. Jane, I don't know. I've never heard of most of these. This is great. I'm looking back on your message and I don't know what you meant by that because it was probably from 15 minutes ago or something, but let me know what it is, and we can chat later. Text me or something, message me. Emma, great to see you too. Jean, I love Jean Smart too. Oh my God, she's amazing. She's amazing. Anyway, okay. All right, well, that's all the messages that I was able to see. So I'm just looking at this. See? Hey, so meta. Woo! All right, so you guys, hey, will I be back tomorrow? I have a doctor's appointment at 11. So I'm going to think about it. Maybe 3 p.m. I'll do one of these. Half an hour, 15-minute analog, 15-minute Procreate. We'll chat and we'll draw something weird. Okay? Thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you hopefully tomorrow.